I'm live! I'm live! Hooray! I'm alive! I think I'm alive. Is this working? People in the chat, is this working? I think I'm live. Oh my goodness. Well, it looks like I'm live. I'm going to pretend I'm live so that something happens. Oh, turn the phone off. I've got the phone. I was talking in the chat on the phone because the computer wasn't loading up. Ah, there we go. You're saying it's on. Amazing. Woohoo! I'm live! Yay! This has been a bit crazy. So only 20 minutes delay of my laptop having a little seizure and failing to go live. So I had to restart the whole thing. Thank you so much, chat, for keeping me going and believing in this. Okay, hi. Thank you so much for joining me. I really wanted to do a live. This is a test run. And thank good, because I clearly have kinks. How's the sound? Because I was trying it earlier and it sounded like aliens were invading. Is the sound working okay for you guys? That's the sound of my teapot. I have my whole mug of tea, and I feel very much in need of it right now after the inability to start the show. Amazing. Chat is saying sound is good. So I'm using like the most basics of the basics here. And quite frankly, I'm amazed my laptop has actually managed to go live and I can do this. Yes, thank you, Matty. That is what I was thinking. So in the live chat comments, Matthew Price has just said, my laptop's from 2007, so I'm probably not going to be able to get the chat on the screen. So I can't have any like of your comments put up on here for everyone to see. But if you're watching this on the replay, I have clicked the button so that the live chat is live. So you should be able to see the chat as this is going on. And I'll just read out little bits and pieces. So we do have Shelley, whose channel is Percy Does Everything, in the chat. Thank you for helping me through the first bit. Yes, see, great minds think alike. Shelley just said that's okay, just read it off. So that is what I'm doing. We also have my brother Matty. Thanks, Matty, for joining. And my mum, who I call Nata. And we also have Monty B as well. Is Frank there too, Monty? Oh, we have MJ. Hi, MJ. The Monty B is from the channel Monty B, and MJ is from the channel Reading This Life. So please, you could join. So first of all, I'm going to finish doing my tea. So I have the tea. I'm having an Earl Grey, and I'm going to add a little bit of milk. See, look, I've gone fancy. I've got a jug. How is everyone doing? Has everyone got a nice drink to accompany them? Oh, Frank is in his cage. So Monty B says Frank is in his cage because she's still at work. And everyone is saying hello to each other, which is marvelous. And my brother just said, how do we sign up to the Patreon? I don't have a Patreon. I'm presuming that was a joke. I've barely managed to do this. Okay, the tea is good. The tea is good. So yes, I really wanted to do a live because I wanted to see if I could do it, because I have a plan. I'm going to have to work out how to get better at doing talking and then looking at the chat and talking about the chat, because I'm just getting distracted and losing my train of thought. So MJ has just finished her supper and is going to have a TGIF drink. Would that be some sort of gin and tonic? I'm not familiar. You're going to have to explain that one, MJ. Hi, Yard of Random Books. Hello. Oh, Tarrington BR. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, adult beverage. Okay, cool. I'm clear. I still don't know exactly what is TGIF. Is that just generic adult beverage language? I'm not very good at acronyms at all. Not at all. Okay, so I'm going to try and focus on talking as well as reading the chat. This is exciting. Yeah, Shelley is excited that it's... Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, great. So Shelley has just explained to me TGIF is thank God it's Friday. Okay, a thank God it's Friday drink. See, I don't know stuff like that. Thank God it is Friday. Hooray. And everyone in the UK, I imagine, is looking forward to a extra bank holiday weekend. Or if you have children at school going, what do I do with them on the bank holiday weekend? I'm getting distracted again by the chat. I did have a point. What was I going on this? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, I can't click on the chat, MJ. So we just had a little discussion about this. So the only thing, I'm clicking on it and it says pin message, report, remove, put user in timeout. Okay, that sounds extreme. Hide user on this channel, add a moderator. My laptop is so old. It's from 2007. It shouldn't be alive. So I can't put little bits of the chat on the screen. It's not going to work. So I'm just going to keep reading it all out. So that's going to be the fun challenge for me, to try and swap between the two. So yeah, here in the UK, it's 10:30. US, I think you're just finishing work. I think it's about 5 o'clock. So MJ has just asked, am I in YouTube or StreamYard? I am on YouTube. I am not trusting that my laptop will be able to cope with anything other than the basics. And I already said I feel quite excited that I can actually do this, because I was thinking my laptop might not be able to manage live anyway. So I'm thrilled I can actually do this. So I am hoping eventually, eventually that I will be able to do a 100 sub celebration, because I haven't thanked you all yet. That I have reached 100 subs. I think it was sometime in the summer. I cannot remember if it was June, July, or August. I feel like those months have just blurred together. But at some point over the summer, I hit 100 subs, which is so exciting, because I now get that URL. And I can, I got distracted by the chat again. So I can have my name at the top, which is really exciting. And I haven't celebrated yet. I haven't done any kind of 100 sub celebration. So I was really hoping to do 100 minutes of chaos, where I'm hoping to do a sort of a 100 themed chat along with a scavenger hunt. So I'm excited that I think I will be able to do that, provided I give myself 20 minutes to make sure the laptop is up and running and it actually works. So I will allow an extra 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, to make sure that the laptop is in gear. So hopefully I will do that one time on like a Monday or a Thursday. So great. So I'm now going to catch up with the chat again. Matty is pointing out that I don't need to say what the time is because I've got a clock in my background. Very true. But, you know, I'll spell things out for everyone. Monty B says, thanks for letting me know about the bank holiday. I won't try to slack anyone in the UK on Monday. Yes, we will all be off work. I shouldn't sound so joyful, because I know some people have been upset about, you know, the funeral and things. So I will try and sound calmer. It's a strange one. Kind of celebration / people might be sad, so I will try and be sensitive. People saying hello to each other. Oh, thanks, Shelley. There's fireworks and celebrations. My brother's encouraging me to open the champagne. Yes, I don't think me drinking at this moment in time is going to be a good plan, because I am a massive lightweight. Like, seriously, I can smell alcohol and I will start giggling. And I'm by myself at the moment. I have 2 children who sleep upstairs, so I have to be a responsible adult. So no alcohol for me. But thanks everyone for saying congratulations. It does feel great. Excellent. Shelley is also a lightweight. We can all be lightweights together. Yes, Matty, it would make the madness more prevalent. Is that how you say that word? Prevalent? Prevalent? Prevalent. I'm going with prevalent. Anyone feel like phonetically spelling it out for me? That would be great. I don't think we need me to be drunk to add the madness. Hi, Cinephil. So Cinephil has just said he's tried to record his 4th video and he doesn't edit, so it's taking a while. Yes, I don't edit either. Yay for not editing. It takes up it's a huge bit of my time I don't have to worry about. I think it takes me long enough just to do like my thumbnails and to like write up in the like the description. I always like to make sure I've referenced everyone if I've mentioned them, and referenced all the books and done timestamps. And I find that takes enough time without editing on top of it. So it's actually saving me time. So what is everyone reading at the moment? Matty, my brother in the chat, is jipping my hardware. I don't think I'm very aware that my my laptop is decrepit. The reason I don't have better hardware is because I've spent all my money on books. So that's why I didn't spend it on tech. I spent it on the books. And quite frankly, I think it's money well spent, really. Monty B hates writing descriptions for her videos. It does feel like a lot. I'm not going to lie. MJ is reading Magnolia Parks and it's fun. I really liked your cover that you took a photo of the other day. Matty says an easy scapegoat to blame. Are you referring to yourself or are you referring to me blaming my tech? Or referring to me blaming books for not having tech? And Cindy Phil says, is there any point in editing? Although some of my thumbnails are horrendous. I think some people enjoy being able to edit. Like before I couldn't edit, when I was filming, I would do it in little stages. So I would talk about a little bit and then I could film something else and like slice it in. And I think if you're someone who likes to do vlogs, you need to edit because you can slice it in. Whereas if you're doing just a one sort of like chat about a book review or like a wrap up or something, then it's kind of easier to not edit. So I kind of had to change my video style from not editing. Matty says it's the books. Blame book spending habits. Yeah, it's not a blame. It's just weighing up. Would I rather have a laptop or would I rather have the books? I am probably going to have to go more towards possibly saving up for some better tech equipment. But it's hard to not buy books. I know that's what libraries are for. And Monty B says to Cinephil, she loves to edit. It's her favorite part. I love trying little tricks and stuff. Lol. I do enjoy when you see people editing, and I do enjoy when you can do that thing where you can make something appear or like, and there are some fun transitions and things. So I like both. I appreciate editing. And I did enjoy it when I did it, but it would sometimes take me like 2 hours to edit my videos, which is a lot of time spent on one video. So I'm definitely a lot quicker now. I don't edit. Like there's no way I'd be able to put out more than one video a week if I had to edit them. Shelley says, I definitely need to edit. I stumble too much on my words to not cut it out. Yes. So this live feels very stumbly and awkward because I usually have like notes. I usually have like loads of these pages. So when I'm talking about stuff, I've got it all written down. And although I don't edit, I do use the pause button. So I will pause and go and find something. Or if I'm feeling bumbly or a bit hysterical, I can pause and then catch my breath and then keep going. The bit I struggle with is sometimes my phone, I might hit stop instead of pause, or my phone might cut out. And then like I've either got half a video or I have to do the whole thing again. Matty says you'll need to be edit later down the line so you can put in your ads when Book Walker wants to sponsor you. Okay, very funny. And Taryn TBL says I have to edit. I often have brain fog and need to cut out the gaps. I definitely relate, Tiffany, on the brain fog. I combat that with writing notes. Especially like if I'm talking about like several books at once that I haven't read in a while, and like that character's name I just totally forget, so I have to think about what I want to do and kind of put bullet points and things to myself. And reading this live says, everyone please make sure to like Chatty's first live. Yes, thank you. Likes are appreciated. I love a like. We love a like. It makes us feel good. Always like. So I'm very excited. I just went to the library before I picked my children up today, and I was able to get my copy of the Silmarillion. I can never say the name properly. And this is the Buddy Read book on MJ's channel that we're doing this month. Excellent. Nat has just said, thanks for the reminder. She's done it now. Cindy Phil said, hey to MJ. So I did actually manage to start this whilst I was waiting to pick up my children. I know, MJ, you were saying that there's lots of different ideas about where to start. I'm going to try and find the chapter. Yeah, there's a whole load. I don't know if you can see. There's a whole load of like, there's different bits. I don't know if your copy has got like there's like 2 extra bits before it goes into like the Silmarillion thing. Oh, MJ says she's going to get to that soon. I think I'm going to read it alongside other things because I'm not sure how dense this is going to be, because I know it's mainly kind of like almost like the history of what happened before the Lord of the Rings in Middle-earth. So I don't know how dense it's going to feel. So I'm going to try to get this read by the end of September. My goal is to try and hit 25 pages of this every day, and I feel that I can do that. And Matty said, is this the book that Amazon couldn't afford to buy? I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean like it's not available on Amazon? Oh, are you referring to the TV show? They've got the Lord of the Rings thing on the Amazon show, isn't it? I think that this wouldn't have like copyright stuff, because I think Lord of the Rings didn't, because they thought no one would ever make it into a film unless the family then brought in copyright after Peter Jackson did it. Yes, MJ said someone to start on chapter 3. I think that is the beginning of the Silmarillion. What's it saying here? Oh, okay, so it's got... So I don't know if everyone's copy is the same, but there's like a small bit of the book called Aundio. My Middle-earth language is not the best. And then Vala Cuenta. And then it goes into Quenta Silmarillion, and then that has chapters. So chapter 3 of the coming of elves and the captivity of Melchior. So I presume the first 2 are kind of more world building, and then the third one has a bit more plot in it. That's just a guess. I haven't got that far. I've literally just read all the forwards and the letter that Tolkien wrote. I haven't even started like the first bit yet. Catching up with the chat. So okay, Nata said she borrowed it from the library years ago, didn't finish it. Oh dear, that doesn't bode well, does it? You love Lord of the Rings. MJ says annotation motivation. Yes, I believe your annotation. You can do this, MJ. Shelley says, I'm going to guess it's going to be pretty dense, but still a fun time. Yeah, I'm going to guess the same. It's going to be interesting. MJ says, I can do that with you, 25 pages a day, easy peasy. That's what I was thinking. It felt like an achievable goal. I feel that could definitely be done. Matty says yes. Okay, referring back to you were referring to Amazon couldn't afford to buy it. Cinefield says the Silmarillion includes the name of one of my favorite bands. Guess who they are? Oh, I'm so rubbish with bands. One of the characters, I haven't even read it to start the characters yet, so I'm going to get back to you on that and try and guess a band name. Anyone else, if you want to try guess band names in the chat. Yard of Random Books, my catchphrase, I got it when it first came out. Enjoyed it once I got over it not being Lord of the Rings. Yes, I'm definitely going into this not expecting it to be Lord of the Rings. I'm very much aware that it is more like the lore and kind of all like the folk tales-iness. So kind of like this, I'm reading some sort of like folklore and myths and legends of Middle-earth. Oh, Novel Opinions, hello! Popping in to say hi. Hi, thanks for joining us. MJ saying hello. Matty says, how thick is it compared to Lord of the Rings? If you're referring to like the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy, not that thick. So there is, as always with Tolkien, this much at the bottom. This is all appendices. So I've got that much appendices. The page, it says 366. So I'd say probably the size of one of the 3 of the Lord of the Rings. Nata says it might not have been the right time to have started it. Okay, you weren't at a Silmarillion point in your life. Oh, okay, Marillion is a band name. I'm really sorry. That completely went over my head. So apart from the Silmarillion, what is everyone reading? I have got another couple of books on the go. So I have got another buddy read book. I have got Cogheart for the Cog-along. And I haven't got that far. Again, I'm trying to read a few chapters each week because I want to like keep the chat going that we have. And I haven't read any chapters this week. So I do need to catch up on that. I'm hoping to have some more time at the weekend. But this is so cute. Look how cool this box is. It's a clockwork box. Okay, Nata says, possibly because she had three children and no time to read. I can understand that. Shelley is currently reading The Bookshop on the Shore by Jenny Colgan. What is that a contemporary? Is that a romance? Is that just a fun story about books? I've not heard of that one. And Matty says, I'm still on my David Eddings books. Review is still the same as last time. The most average story I've read. You have shared some fun bits though with me that you found entertaining. Nata is reading The Bookworm by Lucy Mangan. She is going to lend that to me at some point. It is a memoir of someone who's a bookworm. This is definitely a book that I think will appeal to most people on BookTube, just because it's about someone who loves books, talking about their love of loving books, and the narrative voice from the bits that Nata has shared with me does sound really funny and engaging. Monty B is reading a retelling of Snow White called The Mirror by S.J. Sanders. Okay, Monty, I am shocked. Unless that is the weirdest name for an alien romance, I'm surprised you're not reading an alien romance. Pushing the boat out. Shelley says, yes, it is a contemporary romance or chick lit. Either one. Silly Phil says, sorry to be boring, but I'm reading a whole lot of Cold War thrillers to the aim of writing my own. I don't think a Cold War thriller is boring. I think that sounds really cool. My husband has got, I'm going to be really annoyed because I can't remember the name. Is it David Young? It could be David Young. There's a whole load of Cold War thrillers. I think it's East Germany. I think it's set in the Cold War in East Germany, and there's a female detective. That is a series that I definitely want to read at some point, but I still got a load of other series that I'm currently in the middle of, so I don't want to kind of go onto that one just yet, but I definitely do want to read them at some point. Shelley says, we do love books about books. It is true. So yeah, The Bookworm by Lucy Mangan does sound good. Monty B says, no aliens, just elves and such. Excellent. As long as there, it's kind of interspecies stuff going on, Monty, I feel like the world makes sense. Tiffany is reading Abaddon's Gate, the third in a huge science fiction series. You have got some good science fiction story stuff on the go. That is definitely a genre I need to read more of. I've read a little bit this year. I haven't read much. I think I've read kind of like just cutting the edge of science fiction. I haven't really completely got into it. MJ says, "Oh, cool, Phil." And the Cold War thriller that Phil is reading is The Naked Runner by Francis Clifford. Lots of laughing faces from Monty. And Matty's put, have you read Dune? Is that a dig at our other brother? So I recently went home. So one of the things that my September was so chaotic is as our granddad died recently, and we went home for the funeral last weekend. And it sounds really strange to say because obviously it's a really sad occasion, but he kind of went in the best way possible, and it was a really lovely funeral, saying goodbye and seeing all the family again. And that's like the first time that I've kind of been with both of my younger brothers for a really long time. And our brother Jimmy was talking about how much he loves Dune, but then revealed that he'd actually just read 2 chapters and watched the film. And he does outrightly admit that he is, what's the word? There is a word that I'm thinking of in my head. Not fake and not superficial, but there's a better word for it. I can't remember what it was. Yard of Random Books says he's reading White Spines by Nicholas Royal about collecting books. Another book about books. We love books about books. I'll have to make a note of that one. Thank you, Monty. Thank you. Thank you, Gillian. Matty, you were being so mean. He's put illiterate. I'm not calling Jimmy illiterate. It wasn't that. I'm going to remember the word as soon as his chat finishes, but he called himself out. Pretentious. That's what I meant. Pretentious is the word. Yes, he was, aware that he was being a bit pretentious. But that's fine if you acknowledge it. But no, I haven't read Dune. Like Monty B, I don't feel that is a sci-fi book for me. I've heard mixed things about the story, and it's not one that it's not calling out to me. That's not a book that's calling out to me. Yeah, exactly. Monty's just said in the chat, she's like my brother. She made it 3 chapters in and then just wanted to watch the movie. I feel that's fair. I mean, there are some very pretty copies of Dune, I have to say. The Waterstones edition with the purple and then the golden moon and the sprayed edges is beautiful. Okay, Cinephil needs to do a video comparing how Lynch's version of Dune is better than the new version. That would be good to watch. Have a comparison. Have a Dune off. Thank you, everyone who was saying, and sorry for the loss about my granddad. It was a really lovely way of like talking about his life and sharing photos and things. It was really lovely. The other book that I'm reading is the one that's caused me to not read much else, and that is big epic fantasy, The House of Always. This is the 4th book by Jen Lyons. I sometimes say Lyons, I sometimes say Lyons, but I'm going to go with Lyons. I think it is Jen Lyons in her Chorus of Dragons series. And if you are a fantasy reader and you haven't read this and you enjoy a non-linear plot structure, it's so good. It's so amazing. I think I'm probably going to finish it tonight after I finish the live. I've just got this bit left here. And I was literally reading it up until coming on here. So maybe I should have put it down and then made sure the computer was working before. So let's also blame Jen Lyons for writing, or Jen Lyons. See, I still can't decide which way I'm going to say it, for writing the amazing book that made me delay in my tech. Tiffany saying, no, I love the new movie. Can't wait for the second half. Excellent. Have a discussion in the chat about which one was best. I haven't seen the movie. I'm really, really rubbish with TV and film at the moment because I've gone so wholly onto books. I think I kind of go through like obsessive stages. So I'm either like going through watching lots of TV shows or wanting to watch different films or books. And it really has been very book heavy and kind of more so book heavy since booktube, because I'm wanting to kind of hit all the targets that I'm setting for myself to share what I'm reading at the moment. And joining in all the read-alongs as well. Like I get book FOMO. MJ says, same, I'm so out of touch with TV. Yeah, it's hard to keep up with everything, isn't it? I have started watching House of Dragons, though, the Game of Thrones, and I am working my way through the Star Wars stuff as well. I finally watched The Mandalorian with my husband, and we have just watched, I think, the first 2 episodes of the Boba Fett. So we're slowly working our way through all the Star Wars stuff. I'm loving all of that. Nata says, so if you are finishing that book tonight after the live chat, who is getting up with the boys at 6? Well, I'll get up with them, but there is a wonderful thing called morning television where they hopefully will entertain themselves for a certain bit, so I can doze for a bit longer. That is my plan. It could go all horribly wrong, and I'll be living off coffee. Cinephil says, do we need a second series of Good Omens? I mean, if we have the script writers, are you referring to the David Tennant and Michael Sheen. Again, forgot his name for a minute. I loved that. I thought they were so perfectly cast. And upstairs, I actually treated myself to a copy of Good Omens. And Paul Kidby, who does all the artwork in the Terry Pratchett books that I absolutely love, has done illustrations in this. And it has David Tennant as, forgotten his name. What's the name of the devil? Totally forgotten his name. And Michael Sheen as Aziel, the angel. And I loved that. MJ loved it as well. The chat's going. I'm going to have to go back up. The chat has moved too quickly for me. Well done, chat. Oh, MJ says I would love to watch the Disney Star Wars stuff. It is good. If you have the time, MJ, go for it. Oh, Nata says that she recently watched Wonderland that was very interesting and thoroughly recommend it for book lovers. Monty B says, I don't understand the second series of Good Omens. It was perfect the way they finished it. Oh, okay, so it's already happened. See, this is how out of touch I am. I didn't know there was a second series of Good Omens. Oh, that's made me worried. That's the thing, isn't it? Because you kind of love something and you kind of want it to happen again. But it was the book. I don't know what the next part would have gone like. Yeah, Shelley says, if you go by the book, then no, but since it's David Tennant and Michael Sheen, they were amazing, then yes. I mean, true, but I could easily watch them they did that like sitcom, like little sketch thing over lockdown where it was just them trying to do stuff in lockdown. That was really cool as well. Maddie says, I managed to find time to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Unfortunately, I can't describe the plot because it's very hard to describe. Yes, I do really want to watch that film. And that film came to my attention because of the Asian Readathon. It was based on that film. So, what's her name? I can't remember the name of the booktuber who does the Asian Readathon. Anyway, she was talking about that and I thought it sounded amazing. Good to know that it actually is. I will add that to my list of films to watch. Yeah, Yard of Books is the same with reduced TV diet, making exceptions for the baking show. I haven't watched that. I used to watch Bake Off. I used to watch Sewing Bee. I used to watch Drag Race. Haven't been watching any of those. Tiffany says, I got obsessed with 2. I'll binge a show and then I'm not interested in TV for months. Yes, same. MJ says, I got the Star Wars romance book in the mail today, The Scoundrel and the Princess. You will have to tell us how that goes, MJ. I'd be interested to hear that. Cindy Field says, I mean, the series was okay, but I don't think Pratchett necessarily translates to film. The watch series is bloody horrible. Monty B says, Cindy. Yes, Cindy. Thank you, Monty. Cindy is the name of the booktuber who does the Asian Readathon. I watched 2 episodes of The Watch, but I was going in watching it as something that was very much inspired by, but not as The Watch. Like they'd taken the concept and some of the characters, but it wasn't going to be that. But saying that, I did watch 2 episodes and then haven't felt the inclination to continue. But what I did enjoy was I loved The Hogfather. They did The Hogfather with again, names of people. I totally forget them. Anyone who has watched Downton Abbey, Lady Mary plays Death's granddaughter, Susan. And David Jason plays Alfred, Death's servant. I really enjoyed that. That was a 2-part drama. And I thought that was really, really fun. I did really love Good Omens, but I will hold judgment on the second series. Tiffany says, Percy, I agree. Plus, Neil Gaiman had chatted with Terry Pratchett with a storyline for a second season. Oh, I did not know that. So I think if Neil Gaiman had a plan for a second season, then that could work. MJ says, I can't wait. I presume that is for the Scoundrel and the Princess. Tiffany says it's such a strange movie, but awesome. I presume you're referring to the Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm going to have to drink some tea because my voice is going. Ugh. So much talking. And water. Oh. Sorry, I'm now burping away. Beautiful. So this is fun, chatting about TV and books as well. I now feel like I need to go and hunt down and find out about this second series of Good Omens. I'm really keen for that. Okay, Cindy Field says, I need to make a video about the film I've just rewatched. Back in a moment. Okay, cool. Go make your videos. go make your content. It's all good. Yeah, I feel quite behind on some of my stuff. I feel like I'm completely behind on... I feel like I'm just in like a little time loop at the moment. I still haven't finished all of my stuff from last month to kind of upload into this one. Still haven't done my September TBR. I mean, it's done, it's filmed. I just haven't uploaded it yet. It's waiting. So I've kind of like, if you were interested in what I'm reading this month, there's some teasers for what I'm going to be reading. I've also had, I realized today, because I was finally doing the description for it, I did a tag that I did in June that I completely forgotten about. I'm wondering if it's still relevant. I think with tags it can still work, provided the people you've tagged haven't already done them. Oh, Shelley says it apparently comes out in late 2022, so we'll see then. Okay, so I thought it was possibly already out. That's fine. That's fine. So, Good Omens season 2, we will reserve judgment. Maybe we need to have a little thread of a Good Omens TV discussion. Maybe we could read the book again and then watch the first season and then watch the second season. That would be fun. I would definitely be up for that. If anyone's up for a Good Omen read along / watch along, I mean, I'm suggesting it, but all so many other stuff to read, throwing in extra books willy-nilly. MJ is up for that. Excellent. There we go. MJ, feel free to make a thread on your Discord. That would be lovely. I'm not sure. We'd need to find out when the second series was going to start so we could time it. Monty B has a good physical copy of Good Omens. Yes. I haven't read from my new pretty one because I was borrowing Mum's. I had Nata's Good Omens copy that I then gave back to her, then watched season 1. Oh, MJ's running to Google. Yes, let us know. Google it and let us know when it's coming so we can work this out. That would be good. That would be lots of fun. Oh no, my tea's still warm. I can have more. Yeah, I'm not sure how you people who do lives quite a lot. I'm not sure how you keep going. My throat has gone really dry and I just keep wanting to cough all the time. Nata says she's had it on her shelf for years and hasn't got around to reading it. Yes, you ought to read it. It's not scary. Honestly, it's totally fine. You'll be fine with it. We'll hold your hands and read along with you. It'll be all good. Yeah, the tea is very lukewarm, but it's liquid and it's helping the throat. Any other suggestions about books that are really good to read or TV shows that are on at the moment that you're recommending watching? Though I don't know, it might have a time competing with Good Omens. Shelley says I'd like to get of the one I have if I can find them. Oh, is that, which cover do you have? Is that like, because it's I think it's like black and white, sort of like that, and then it has like Good Omens. I'm trying to remember what the cover looks like now. Okay, yes, sorry, Matty. Matty recommends the film Maquia, which he bought for me and I still haven't watched. I also have Avatar. He's also lent me the box set of Avatar, which is it's just over there. I could grab it. I also need to watch. That one feels more likely because it's like 30 minutes. MJ says season 2 filming wrapped in March 22 and it's in post-production. Oh, speculation is early 23. In that case, I'm definitely gonna be able to do a read along. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. Bye. Thanks for dropping in. Really appreciate it. Okay, Matty says Avatar I can watch with Jarlath. Excellent. Shelley says I'm about halfway through Good Omens and then went and bought my mum a fancy copy. This is in March and she still hasn't read it. So we all need to reread or read Good Omens and get our mums to read Good Omens is the vibe I'm getting. Yes, Monty. Matty has been throwing shade this whole time. He's been could definitely tell he's my sibling. Yes, we need to get mums in the read along. Hi, Anthea. So long. Okay, well, so Matty's now said, so long as you don't mind him wanting to learn martial arts, referring to my son watching Avatar. Being as he's already watched Ninjago, I feel we're going to be safe on that one. Shelley said, yes, I've got the white with the devil, but would like the black with the angel. Oh, okay, so have they just done, is it just one cover? I feel like I'm going to need to research the Good Omens covers That would be cool. So Anita, if you just joined us, we are talking about Neil Gaiman's Good Omens and being excited that there's a season 2 coming up. Have you read that one? And also, what are you reading at the moment? I'm going to have some more cold tea. This tickle at the back of my throat is just not going away. I don't know how you live show people cope with this. I don't see many of you like chucking back water or anything like that. So I'm also going to be then looking at Good Omens covers then. That does sound cool. That would be cool to have both the devil and the angel ones. Okay, Anita's not read it. We're hoping to do a read-along if you need more read-alongs in your life. Okay, Anita is reading the 10th book in the Shadows of the Apt. Oh, and you've just started The Wilful Princess and the Piebald Prince. Oh, amazing. Yeah, Shadows of the Apt, I think, is one of those series that I think I could read. Like all the other series that people talk about where they are like 10 books long. Like, I'm not excited by Wheel of Time, not excited by the Dresden Files, not really excited by Malazan. But everything I've heard about Shadow of the Apt, that is one that in the future I would definitely pick up. Shelley says, as for the not coughing a lot when live, yeah, all the liquid helps. I know, I have water and the cold tea. If it gets really bad, I could start drinking from the milk jug. Okay, Nata says I need a throat sweet. I don't know if I could talk with a sweet in my mouth though. Yeah, I do think I'd enjoy it, Anita. The Shadows of the Apt. I haven't read any Adrian Tchaikovsky yet. He is on one of those authors that I wrote a list the other day of authors that I'm thinking now of stuff for 2023 that I want to start looking into, because I just feel the rest of this year is taken up with the series I've already started and other book read-alongs and things coming along. But I'm like, 2023, there's authors that I haven't read from yet that I really want to read some of their stuff. And I'm going to try and go down the library route because I really can't have any more books at the moment in the house. I just don't think I have the space or the money. But yeah, Adrian Tchaikovsky is one of them. N.K. Jemisin is another. I've not read anything by her. Not read any Octavia Butler either. So yeah, looking forward to probably those next year. Is anyone else thinking of next year's reading plans? Or is it just me overthinking everything? Yes, I do need to read Octavia Butler. I do have one of her books. I have Parables of the Sower, but it's under my bed at the moment. It's not a book that I've earned yet. I haven't earned any books. Oh no, I've earned one book for September, but I've not been doing so well. Yes, Kindred is a standalone at less than 300 pages. Kindred, I just feel that I'm really going to enjoy Octavia Butler and I want to read all of her books. Kindred is the one I hear most people talking about, and I think it's the one that I want to read last because I think it's the one I'm going to love the most. So I kind of want to save it to the end as like the last one. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. It's been so lovely chatting to you all. I think I might start wrapping it up in a minute, because I am starting to feel a little bit tired, and I do really want to get to the end of this, especially because Anita said that she's reading The Wilful Princess and the Piebald Prince, and I haven't read that one yet. That is the novella that is a Robin Hobb. So fantasy readers will be very aware of Hobb, and she's written a series called The Realm of the Elderlings, and that is a novella that goes in between series 2 and series 3. So that is one that I feel I can kind of slip in sort of after this one. Shelley says, anytime someone mentions something to read, I'm very much can we read that next year? Excellent. Shelley's already looking at 23 plans as well. I'm not the only one. Nata says, my reading plans are to read all the books I've bought and not actually read, and to reread books that I read as a teenager and had on my shelf. Cool. Yeah, I've been helping Nata with her what to read next plans, and then from talking about that and suggesting things, she's then chosen something completely different. But that's great because she's worked out her mood. Matty says, I'm catching it with Stormlight after I finish my current series. Yes, Stormlight is also one of the ones I want to read, which is why I'm kind of resigning everything else to 2023, because look, here are my beautiful Stormlight books. They're so lovely. And I still haven't read this big one yet. And I'm so excited for Rhythm of War. I'm still rubbish and haven't finished. It's just so many good books. That's the problem. I think we all have that problem. There's just so many books that we want to read now. And then Matty says he's gonna go Hob or check what practice I haven't read. Yeah, either one is great. Either one is great. I definitely think, Matty, that you need to read Ship of Magic so we can talk about it. Matty also says he feels he should branch out into more sci-fi. Monty B says, is the big one Oathbringer? Yes, it is, Monty. This is Oathbringer here. It's so big. It's so big, but it's so good. But it's so big. And that's the problem, because it's this that I can here we go. Look, you don't need dumbbells, everyone. You just need massive books. There we go. Exactly, Shelley. So many books, so many little times. Oathbringer is amazing, and I'm rereading it, but I had to pause because I decided to do book challenges, and there were other books that I was kind of looking at, whereas I wanted to be in the moment. Bye, Art of Random Books. Thank you for coming and chatting. It was so lovely. There were so many more people in the chat than I thought there would be. Really appreciate it, everyone. Thanks so much. Yes, Matty, work out while you read out. That is the plan. But yeah, this is one of the books that I definitely want to read before the year finishes. So at the moment, my plan is I'm getting Chorus of Dragons read this month. Next month, I'm going to tackle Stormlight and get that done. Shelley says that's not a book, that's a murder weapon. I don't know if it would be my weapon of choice, because I'm yes, it could do some serious damage, but also I don't want to dent the book or get blood on the book. I'd rather use a frying pan. I think that's a great weapon of self-defense. So yeah, Stormlight. I need to do Stormlight, but also carry on with Realm of the Elderlings and start Ember in the Ashes and do the Cog-Along. There's just so many. That's why everything is now 2023. Anything that's not part of a read-along or a series I've started is just going to have to wait till 2023. So I'm so pleased, actually, that Good Omens is not until 23, because then I would have abandoned plans and started reading Good Omens. It's not part of the plan. I do like a plan. I know a lot of you are mood readers and don't do plans, but it helps me. It helps me decide what to read, because there's just so many choices, and I just look around going, I could read everything. I do need Bernard's Watch, Nata. This is very true. Just a little time bubble, so I can just go and read, then come out and be like, I've read everything. Don't know, would you still age though if you have Bernard's Watch? For those who don't know, Bernard's Watch was a children's TV program in the UK. I can't remember actually watching it, but it's just kind of this knowledge. So Bernard had this watch. It's one of those old stopwatches. So it had the clock face and then the little button on the top that you press. And so he'd press it and stop time. So everything else would freeze. And then he'd go and do stuff. Monty B says, no plan here is just what Kindle algorithm for me, lol. See, I like the concept. I like the concept of mood reading and just going with the flow. And I told myself this year, so at the beginning of this year, because I'd done so many plans and things last year, and I was this year, I was I'm going to make no plans. I'm just going to read and see what happens. And I failed. I think it was midway through January, and I'd signed myself up for 4 different read-alongs, invented a project that I was trying to do, which was looking at Goodreads and reading the my version of the top 3. So the first 6 are deciding what ones I wanted to read out of that of each of the fantasy for the last 7 years, so I could kind of catch up on all the popular fantasy. I've paused that. I've done some of it, but this was back when I thought I'd be able to vlog and I could edit, but I can't do that right now. MJ says mood reading is where it's at. It is in theory. I just struggle with it. I just plan too much stuff in. And then Shelley says, haha, my reading plan is currently going with what content I can make for YouTube. The trouble when you want to do more vlogs. I mean, true. I had a really great idea for I can't do a vlog. I can either do segmented vlogs or I can do like a wrap up of reading around a theme. And I've had one that I had at the beginning of this year that I wanted to do. And then I thought I'd probably do it in July because I decided not to set myself a TBR. Ended up not reading any of it and I still haven't done it. The books are all sat on my shelf. I really want to read all of them, but I now because I picked them out for this particular thing, I want to read them all together. So now I have to have a space for like 4 books that I want to read. Shelley says mood reading in between though. It's hard sometimes. It's hard sometimes to choose. But I like that we're all in the same boat. Like I haven't seen any like booktuber who sat there and gone, I'm on top of my reading. Series done. I finished this series, move on to the next. I'm totally fine. My plans are open. Send me books to read. I haven't seen one of those. It's either mood reading madness or it's behind on reading or wanting to read too much. So I feel we're all in a good place. I am not a fan of this tickly throat. My eyes are watering. This is I'm gonna have to work on the liquidization of the throat. And I know maybe I need to like swallow some honey before going live. Maybe that's the plan. Yes, MJ, as long as we are reading that, cheers. That is the important thing. I feel I could be chatting all night, but I really feel like I probably should wrap this up. We've nearly hit an hour. This has been amazing. Live shows are really fun. Shelley says, I'm never on top of my reading. I'm just glad when I finish a book. I mean, preach. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. I always feel behind. I think that's particularly true of read-alongs. There's one that I think I encouraged it. There was one on MJ's channel. We were all going to read The Girl Who Drank the Moon. And I think there were a few of us, and I was like, let's read it together. I never read the book. I'm sorry. Girl Who Drank the Moon is still on my shelf. I never got around to it. I'm going to blame Addie LaRue for that. It was very, it felt like a bit of a tough month, that one. Schwab's fault. It's all Schwab's fault. Matty says, Alexander the Great wept for there were no more books left to read. That would be sad. Luckily there are. Yeah, MJ DNF'd it. I love middle grade, so I feel I would enjoy it. But I was also trying to read Addie at the same time and a host of other things, and I just never picked that one up. And Anita will also know that I am always the ones trying to scramble in the most latest Hob ready for the live show. I'm trying to read like 4 days before the live show so I can join in. I keep saying every month, like I'm going to give myself plenty of time to read Hob. I feel it's going to be the same again because I haven't even read The Wolf Princess and the Piebald Prince yet. But I think that's the way we do it, isn't it? We just read at the last minute and then it's all fresh in our head. Nata says it doesn't feel like an hour. Oh, I'm pleased. That means you've been having fun. We had a rocky start, but it got off the ground. It's good. MJ says you were going to love the stats at the end of this live stream. Mind-blowing stuff. I do love a good stat. It's great. Yes, as long as I finish, Anita, that is the important thing. I just don't sleep. I think that's the key. I'm just giving up on sleep, which my brain is up for, but my body doesn't agree with. So that's tricky. Oh, thanks, Monty. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad it was fun. It does feel like an achievement. I can tick off live streaming. Woohoo! MJ says, it was a lot of fun. I love seeing all my booktube friends. I do love that. Like, even before, like, so anyone who didn't come right at the beginning, I did not start at 10:30. There was 20 minutes of us chatting in the chat whilst I was updating everyone on my laptop I had just a lovely white circle doing this. Going live. It was a lie. We were not going live. It was having some sort of seizure. So I had to restart the laptop. And my laptop, because it's a relic, it takes a good like 15 minutes, no exaggeration, to restart. But the chat was great. We were chatting at the same time, so that was good. MJ says yes. Anita said, make sure to catch up with it later if you miss it. Not everyone does it. Nata says, oh no, Shah without sleep is a crazy Shah. I mean, fair. And Matty says, hardware problems rise again. Yes, I am. I'm going to keep talking about my tech difficulties. It's good to be self-aware and also just blame it on technology. Okay. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming and chatting to me. This has been so much fun, and I do feel like I keep going. And I think my voice is probably going to give out. So, yes, I am hoping. So this was a success. I am hoping to do 100 minutes of chaos where I celebrate getting to 100 subs, and I'm going to do a 100 theme chat, and I'm going to do a sort of a scavenger hunt thing. I have no idea when I'm going to do this. Possibly first week of October. Could be maybe last week of September. It'll either be a Monday or a Thursday. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna finish the comments in the chat, and then I'm gonna say goodbye. Thanks, MJ. Thanks, Anita. Yes, I do need to rest my voice. Okay, cool. Thanks, Shelley. This is going to tell me I'm not going to have much of a voice tomorrow. I'll just have to do Makaton signs to my children. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy reading.